Yes. So excited.
I'm on all bullshit. I'm the least helpful. I don't even have my second screen today. I'm the least helpful individual
Yes.
ever.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna
I
have
love this.
unhinged Marcus today. and I'm
Single
excited
screen
about it.
Marcus.
Single screen. That's crazy. In higher ed, that's like being called poor.
I mean, it basically is. When you
like,
tell people you don't have a second screen, they're like, "How
Yeah.
do you live your life?"
They
I'm
did
like,
that to me my whole first year. They was like, "How the fuck you only got one screen?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Am I supposed to have two?" Nobody told me nothing.
I'm
Oh,
I'm an
man.
adult, so I'm
Like
just
your
fine. But
hand is tied behind you. You're fighting with one hand tied behind your back. It's not worth it.
Fighting
Not worth
fighting that damn gorilla.
it's true.
Here I am once again. I'm torn into pieces, can't deny it, pretend. Just thought you were the one, broken up deep inside. But you won't get to see the tears I cry. Happiness is a lie. Here I am once again. I'm torn into pieces, can't deny it, pretend.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody. How are you all feeling? Happy Monday, everybody.
Be Monday.
Yes.
What's popping, baby?
We are so excited to be with y'all.
What was the pause?
I don't know. I had to think about what I was going to say next, and I was just so excited to be here that I was like, "This is it. We did it."
It's half the battle is showing up.
Half the battle is showing
true.
up.
You showed up.
Half the battle is not falling asleep, putting a child to bed, and being here on time. So
Yeah, I hear that.
It's real
I
time.
have no relation.
We took a short hiatus to go look for some Easter eggs. It took us a whole 2 days.
Or
probably
Jesus.
Either.
Eggs for Jesus. We did it. So we took a little time off. Appreciate everybody's flexibility, but we are so excited to be with you all. This is gonna be a fun episode, y'all.
Yeah.
Marcus is on his bullshit.
Yes.
Brian has a bracket. I'm gonna talk about, I don't know, stuff. So it's just gonna be really great. I'm really, really excited about it.
Early where this is going.
So here, my favorite portion. I don't know about you all, but anytime that I travel somewhere, like
Yes.
usually we have to drive 8 hours or so to go see Brittany's family. That's where we went for Easter. Now, Brittany and I listened to every bracket that we did for fast food and for soda.
Shut up.
My wife's commentary on the soda bracket was just chef's kiss.
What did she say? Okay,
First off,
give us the highlights.
First off, she said, "I don't know why we're doing this. I don't know why you're doing this. There's only two types of soda that need to be evaluated: Coke versus Pepsi. The rest doesn't matter."
Wow, very simple instructions. Okay,
And then she said, "This is why I love her. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons." And she goes, "And Pepsi is trash." So it was the best. And then my other favorite is, Brian, that whole episode, your life choices, Brittany was like, Brian only makes choices on whether or not he's gonna have fun, and that was hysterical to her.
That's hilarious.
Because every justification Brian gave for his sodas, he's like, "Look, are you gonna have a fun time?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna have a regular time?"
Brian is a fun guy. He knows a good time.
Brian is a very fun guy. It's just so funny that like his criteria were like two things.
Unsubscribe. I will not tolerate this Pepsi slander.
Strap in, because it's basically pond water, carbonated pond water.
Artificer Chris in the comments. This is not a Pepsi safe space.
It's not.
It is
at
with
all.
me, Chris. I like Pepsi.
I get Marcus will hold
for some reason. I just feel like Pepsi is healthier to drink multiple cans of than Coke. 3 Cokes back to back feel like my teeth might fall out. Like, you know how they say you can light like a McDouble on fire and it'll be like a flare at a car accident? Like, I feel like Coke has mesothelioma in it. Like, I don't know. It's just, it might be a chance.
At one point, I do know that like one of the highway patrols used it to clean blood off of a highway.
See what I'm saying?
At one point in like the 2000s, and I remember that fact came out, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And I mean, like
kept drinking the Coke. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it is a little like like deciding how you want your cocaine. Like, do you
Basically.
want it as a crack rock, or
That's
do you
true.
want
That's
it
true.
as a crack rock,
6
or
in
do you
one
want to be
hand.
able to snort it? Like, it's not good for both or bad for you. It's just which do you prefer? Do you want to
Chat,
smoke it or snort it? So
I don't understand. I don't know what. Before you even ask, I don't know what Doug's thing is with crack on this
Me
podcast.
either.
I have
Me either.
zero.
Oh, that is
idea.
weird. I went right to that.
Yeah,
I guess
you
it's
did.
the
You
only-
did
You
I
did.
guess it's the only.
Unprompted.
Here's the other thing, and this might.
with no
This might be-
correlation. You didn't
this-
have to do it.
I don't know. I don't have to do it. But here's the other thing. I don't know about you all, but I had like a morbid curiosity with drugs when I was like in 5th and 6th grade.
The Dare program, it did it to me too.
You know
Marcus,
what?
But it was,
Yeah.
but it, I mean, it probably was, but it also was like
100%.
this idea of like, oh man, what's LSD do to your brain? Oh God, that sounds so cool. Tell me, hey Google, tell me all the different names for LSD that there are. Like I was just like
No,
I
no,
was
no.
so
No, Mason,
I was
no.
so fascinated
don't
by
need
all
it.
of it.
You
I
don't need to.
honestly dare set us up for so much failure and questions
It
like that, which I'm not going to say are unhealthy. Those
True.
are healthy questions to ask. Like, hey, what does this actually do? Rather than have like, the tuned out police officer in the front
Right.
of your classroom being
Right.
like, don't drink beer. Now we're going to read a whole workbook about why beer's bad, and we're going to teach you about drinking beer anyway. Like, want a beer?
All you did was just
I'm 12.
you encouraged my curiosity. So like just I don't know. I feel
It
like
becomes
that was
an
kinda
itch I have to scratch.
Right,
I'm
that's
just
what I'm
saying.
saying.
Yes.
Right,
So
right.
strange.
And the way I scratched it was like, okay, so there's crack, and then there's cocaine, and then there's crack cocaine. This is really interesting, right, guys? Like,
Pod critic in the comments saying, tune into next bonus episode where Doug answers all your questions about
Mhm.
drugs.
red
Oh,
tops,
man.
blue tops, WMDs.
It's also crazy to like learn a lot of drugs from your favorite celebrities. Like whenever they crash out
Oh my
or
god.
they hit rock bottom, and like you're like, oh man, Whitney Houston was on crack. Like, oh my god, that's like the shortened version
Yeah.
of like the very serious experience that she was
Yes.
going through. But that's how you learn drugs is from your favorite celebrities. Now, I will say, I do want to try shrooms. I'm not gonna lie.
There's
I
a
do
part
feel
of me,
like
like,
a
if I
shroom
were-
experience would be nice.
With the right group of people in the
Yes.
right environment, sign me
Yeah.
up.
Yes, right.
I
group of
like how
people,
much
right
how many
environment.
qualifiers you put in there, Doug.
No,
I enjoy
Brian,
that.
that's important
Brian.
though, Brian. That's important.
Brian, I don't want to be in like if something's gonna turn into snakes and
Oh.
horrify me, I want to
Goodness gracious.
be. I want it to be like
Just-
something I'm not worried about or I
Okay.
won't see every day.
Quickly, who is at least one person you would want in your shroom group?
To be honest with you,
Like anybody.
Marcus, I feel like you would be great.
Thank you. You would be in my shroom
No.
group too. As
You
well.
would be in my shroom group.
Brian,
Like,
you would be in my
because
shroom group too.
I
as
feel
well.
like
of
this
you would
group
be.
is a
this
gift.
would be a great.
So
This
tune
would
into
be
the
a great
bonus
shroom group.
episode when we
A
all
shroom
do-
episode?
no.
Whoa,
Oh no.
whoa! We might actually break the Patreon bank with that one.
You know what? It's just all video of us going like, "Nah, nah."
Hypnotoad.
It's just that for 2 hours.
It's just that.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
But gentlemen, we have a whole episode. We've wasted 10
Yeah, we
minutes
do.
talking about drugs.
That's okay.
It's not
And
which was
dare.
never and dare, which was never a
Balance
waste.
of life.
But in order to do this well, in order to do it right, we got to catch up with everybody. So, Brian Roush, aka Dancing Mon Mothma, how
That's
you
me.
feeling, sir?
Whoa,
I'm
what a
feeling
name.
great. I just got back from a mini vacation, went to a wedding over the weekend in Arizona, saw some
Look good,
folks.
too.
So shout out to the Gourmet Club, which is my parents are part of a gourmet club, and a lot of the folks were there at that
That's
wedding.
right.
So if they're tuning in, shout out to you all. We love you.
Did you see
Um,
Barbara at the wedding? Did
I
she
did.
say
I saw
anything?
Barbara.
Shout out to Barbara.
Shout out to Barbara.
Yes, she talked to me. She listened to our Barbie episode. She enjoyed that. She watches our clips on Instagram. So thank you, Barbara, for
Shout out to Barbara.
supporting the podcast and
Shout out
talking
to
about
Barbara.
it, which was really cool. So honestly, I'm feeling like really rested and relaxed. My Chiron is a reference to the second season of Andor, which premiered last week, and there is a certified banger song in episode 3, and Mon Mothma dances to it. She's like full on raving out. It's great. Watch Andor. That's what I'm here to tell you. So that's me.
Sounds good.
Brian,
always
when
great.
someone asks you about the podcast and they're like, "Oh, I listened," and you go, "Is your first response like mine is like, oh no, which one?"
Yeah, it depends on who's asking. I think.
Yes.
for me.
Yep.
Yeah, it does depend on who's asking. If it's anybody at work, I'm always like, okay, like which episode did you listen to? Because it's a lot more casual there, right? Because like when I go into work, I'm like, I'm Corpo Brian. Like I got stuff to do.
Yeah, I get it.
Corpo
and
Brian.
people to talk to. So like people usually don't hear me talk like this, about
Synergy.
dare programs and dancing Mon Mothma. So yeah, it's always like feeling them out of like which one did you listen to?
How far did you listen?
Yeah,
How far
far
did
did
you
you get?
Which one and for how long?
The green M&M one, I was like, one of the students did say, "Yeah, I listened to your green M&M episode," and I was like, "Oof, like
And-
what a don't do that again." You know?
Also, I've been going to the wellness center and I'm like on campus and I am secretly terrified that someone's gonna be like, "Hey, I got you some green M&Ms." Like, no,
Yeah,
leave me alone.
It could happen.
Do that today.
Our
True.
listenership is skyrocketing, y'all. So I'm very
It
nervous
is
about what
growing,
happens
so it's
Yeah.
more possible.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Marcus J. Destin, aka New Man, a big Texas man. How you
Yeah.
feeling, sir?
I feel good. I feel like Big Texas is here. Just quickly, I just want to let everybody know who listens to this podcast. You're about to start seeing the rollout for Big Texas. Okay. A single that I have coming out, which is going to lead into a project that'll come out later in August or September sometime. Big Texas is rooted in this podcast. Okay. And I just want to frame Big Texas a little bit because Big Texas came from a joke that Doug and I did when we were at
When my son was around.
when Harrison was around. Sam's Club or Costco?
It was Sam's Club.
It was Sam's Club. We went to Sam's Club after we saw a movie or before we saw a movie, one or the other. And we went through, saw the Big Texas Cinnamon Roll. We sung the theme song, Big Texas. Here's Big Texas. Holy shit, he's got a gun. So that is where Big Texas started
The
from.
hero for everyone.
He's the hero. With his trusty steed, his name Jamal. Yeah, like so that is where Big Texas started. Now it's kind of evolved into this personality. So as the project comes out, I want you all to keep this in mind. This project is me putting together a soundtrack for the character and the universe Big Texas. Okay. So each song is associated with a storytelling as if like a movie project was coming out and putting out the soundtrack. Big Texas is the theme song. Like the next single that comes out is Big Texas is an attitude. Okay, everybody can be Big Texas, but like it is a soundtrack. So I just want to put that in there as a teaser. You know what I mean? Just about what Big Texas is about. You know, any questions?
That. I have no questions.
Okay.
I
I
am
can't wait for it.
I am so excited.
Yeah,
Day it comes out. It's
I
on
am
repeat.
so excited for
Yeah.
this to have
it's gonna be good,
like
man.
a full theme song.
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Through the form of rap music, not like the
no,
Big
but
Texas.
still,
you know.
but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
still.
Yeah.
So Marcus, I have a question.
Come on, yeah.
Are you so the project?
Mhm.
Are you providing a soundtrack through rap music
Mm-hmm.
of the different of the story of Big Texas? Is there gonna be here's okay? The $1 million question everybody's mind is: does Mr. Boo get a song, or is that more of like a hands off? Can't do that one.
Mr. Boo does not get a song directly. So if you're imagining like the ebbs and flows of a soundtrack, if you're a really avid moviegoer, Extortion is the low point for Big Texas in the film.
Okay.
So it's like that is the low point. When you hear Tahitian Treat, that is the kickoff for Big Texas, and Big Texas is the very much like the theme song. Mr.
board.
Boo has a reference in the project with a song I'm calling "Did Something," because it's about shitting on people that don't do things that they're supposed to be doing, that talk big talk but walk little walk.
Okay.
So that is like there is an entire. Each song will have a flow. It'll tell a chronological story as far as like what the theming is of the song, and when you hear it, you'll know it. You'll know it.
Yeah, okay. Because for those that don't know, hey Nikki, welcome.
What's up, Nikki?
So
You're
for
early.
those that don't know, Mr. Boo is the racist alligator that is the enemy to Big Texas.
Yeah.
I think we all know who had some hand in designing
It happened quickly.
It happened
But
so fast.
I have created, so I've been using ChatGPT. Like, shout out to real artists, right? Shout out to real artists.
Oh, 100%.
Real art will live forever. However, Marcus J. Dustin cannot afford real art at this current moment to pay a real artist what they need. So I've been playing with ChatGPT to help me create some art and comic covers. And Mr. Boo has one. The Trusty
man.
Steve Jamal has one. I've got a lot of art with Big Texas, just using various inspiration from things. So it's meant to tell this story. So that's, but enough about me.
But Marcus, here's the other thing I'll
I
say.
love it.
Before, on that, sticking on that point, and in a serious note,
Mhm.
I do think that there's something to be said for, it's one thing to say, like, to feed ChatGPT Van Gogh and go paint me a Van Gogh, right? Like, that's one
Right.
thing.
Yep.
But if you're coming up with like text prompts, one might argue that you are the artist and the tool that you are using to create your art just happens to be an AI,
Mhm,
which
mhm.
is, I think that's fine. Like, I think if we start looking at AI as
A replacement for art.
a tool
Mhm.
and not the art itself, I think it
Mhm.
changes the narrative.
And there's-
just a little bit.
And there, I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's a significant difference of me wanting to pay my artist friends to make covers and art,
Right.
and versus like me using this as a prompt to get inspired art, like
Yeah.
for what I want to do to create
Yeah.
the imagery for that I'm trying to paint. So that's why I'm really excited about Big Texas. It's very fun. The music is like no longer than 2 minutes for a lot of it. It's like it's quick songs. It's meant to like get you in the mood and get you in a place. And I guarantee, I think Big Texas is going to be the single is y'all. I think y'all will enjoy that for this summer.
I'm excited. Very, very excited.
For sure.
Congrats on all the hard work, man. I'm excited to
Thanks.
see it pay off.
Yeah.
I can't do it without y'all. You know what I mean? But also I did want to say this. The reason I put my thing as a Big Texas man was not because of the album. I deleted my last dating app yesterday.
Whoa.
Yeah, not because I found somebody, still alone. However, I am very sick of. I find myself deleting apps often, like Twitter. Deleted that app like for a couple months. My mental health has been significantly better.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I got rid of Tinder, and then I got rid of Bumble, not Bubbler. Shout out to Bubble. And then I just got rid of Hinge. So just what? Why did he leave? Why did he
I don't
leave?
know. Doug left.
What's
He
wrong with
heard
him?
you were off dating apps. He was like, "No, that's it."
How did I get mixed up? So you want me to get extorted again? Is that what the problem is? Like,
Oh
what's
no,
happening?
absolutely not. It's just my internet like stopped. And rather than having me just like there and like staring off, I've just pulled myself out. So like I don't want to be, I don't want Al Gore's internet to be a distraction for us anymore.
That was probably more of a distraction, just abruptly leaving.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so we're still playing.
And you
with
are
it.
blurry as hell. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that sounds right.
Doug Wagner,
Right.
aka Wolves in 6. How you
Y'all,
feeling, man?
I'm feeling great for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
One,
Talk your shit.
my fucking Timberwolves are up 3-1
Yeah.
to the Lakers going into game 5. And
Doug,
to be
you look
honest
like-
with you,
you
I
look
didn't
like
think
you
we were
are-
going to be here.
you
I
look
did
like you
not
are
think we were going to be
testifying.
here.
You look
I
like you're
thought
testifying in a court.
witness protection. I didn't think we were going to be here. I legitimately thought that with Luka, I thought with Luka and LeBron, I thought that combination was gonna. Luka seems to be the Wolves' kryptonite. So like I was like, man, it's gonna be a whole. We're done. We're just done in the first round now. And man, we're putting a hurt on them, and I love it. So I think what generally happens is I do think you go back to LA. They're going to be motivated. So I do think they take game 5, but game 6 comes back to Minneapolis. And I think the Lakers are not a great road team. So really, really excited about that.
I agree. I agree with that bounce back. Here's my thing with Minnesota. I love Minnesota.
Me too.
Doug and Brian know that that's like my third home, right?
Mhm.
I want to move to Minnesota at some point. I think my wife is in Minnesota somewhere.
Oh, she's definitely in Minnesota.
Sure.
I feel like
She runs a record store. She has dreadlocks. I have a whole visual
you also
image.
said she was ice fish. Oh, she has dreadlocks. That's new.
No. Brian said she was ice fishing. Marcus,
I did say that.
You said the record store, but you did not say dreadlocks. You never.
Marcus,
I didn't
I
get
tried
there.
to create a whole ChatGPT image of what I thought your wife looks like. So I don't have a name for her, but I can give you a brief idea of her backstory. So
Awesome.
she works in a record store. She's
Uh-huh.
a part owner of a record store, but that's not her passion. Her
Got it.
passion is community activism. So she helps run a nonprofit that takes dilapidated buildings and
Uh-huh.
turns them into art. She
Uh-huh.
also volunteers with youth on the weekends.
Uh-huh.
And she's really into music. Oftentimes an introvert, seen with her headphones on, just in her own sort of world. But that's who I have. That's who I have in my head. Because I think the yin and yang of introvert extrovert pairing works really very well for the two of you.
Thank you.
I have I have a
I
whole
hope person
idea.
exists. That's what I hope.
That was more helpful
Oh,
than
I'm
the hinge.
almost certain she does.
So I mean, yeah, that might be another character in Big Texas now because that was like a perfect description. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And conveniently, she looks like Doug in a wig.
There is also I do have a dreadlocks wig. I thought it was
in your
bad.
closet.
I thought it was
Oh.
in bad. I thought it was in bad taste for
We're-
me to wear it.
We're gonna have to talk
and-
later for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those chats.
I might have a problem. But gentlemen, we Mel Butcher.
Wow.
I
People
do.
giving Marcus dating advice in the
I
comments.
do. I love that that's a thing, and it's caught on so much that other people are telling it to me, like outside of this podcast. Like, oh, Marcus, I
Oh,
heard you like
really?
older women. Yeah, yeah. Like it's a thing. So now
Excellent.
I don't know because I mentioned yesterday out loud that I liked Reba McEntire
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dolly Parton. Like I was like, yeah, like when it comes to country, I will listen to old country because
Yeah.
that's the only country I like, right? Which is
Yeah.
like Reba, Dolly Parton, that kind of stuff. And they were like, oh, so you just like older women. And I do like older women. I do have a respect for older women.
Look, you know what? If Bill
I'm not a MILF
Belichick,
hunter,
You
though.
like what you like.
if Bill Belichick is 80 something and he can date a 24-year-old woman, dude, like do whatever you want,
It's
man.
weird when it's weird when guys do it, man. That is weird to me. That's very
It's- I mean,
strange.
It's a lot.
I mean, it's changed the narrative, right? Like everybody looks at that and is like, "Oh man, that's weird." Like
Yeah.
it can go the other way too.
Hey, you know what? Do what you like. Whatever makes you happy.
You just
That's
need
right.
consent, my brothers.
That's the most important
Nikki,
thing.
why are
That's a
you,
very good
why are
point.
you laughing at my trouble? I love older men. Nikki said, "I love older men." Oh, okay, Nikki.
Hey,
Get your shit off.
Okay, get your shit off.
There it is. See,
shit out
look at
there.
that. Look at this affirming space we have here.
Oh, that's right. We don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
What other
here.
pod but this pod? Huh?
That's right. If not them, why not
Then-
us? Am I right?
If not now, then when?
If not now, then when?
If not me, then who?
If not lunch, then when's dinner?
This is
You
just
know?
guys. The rest of this podcast is just us doing slogans.
just-
So sign off now. But gentlemen, we do have a quote to go over this week.
We
It's a little
do.
bit longer, but we got to pivot to a
Oh.
game
All
that
right.
we like to call Catch That Quotable.
Cash that
The
quotable.
silky sounds of Marcus J. Also, I'd like to apologize to all the people watching. I realize I'm very white. I'm noticing it now. I should have worn a
We can't
sweatshirt.
see it through the blur, so I think it's fine.
Hey, and it worked out. Shading you from my pasty ass
You're
arm.
really blurry.
Um,
I can't wait to hear this
Pasty is
product
such a
content.
funny. It's so.
it's
That's
such a
funny
great word. Gentlemen, are you ready for this week's quote?
Hit me.
Is it pasty, Brian? Which part?
Which
got
one
you?
was it? Or is it the fact that I'm
It's
so
like
blurry
a
you can't
combo
tell?
Blurry, pasty situation. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
So, like the Joker said, hit me.
Okay, here we go. Warning. If you are reading this, then this warning is for you. Every word you read of this useless fine print is another second off your life. Don't you have other things to do? Is your life so empty that you honestly can't think of a better way to spend these moments? Or are you so impressed with authority that you give respect and credence to all that claim it? Do you read everything you're supposed to read? Do you think everything you're supposed to think? Buy what you're told to want? Get out of your apartment. Meet a member of the opposite sex. Stop the excessive shopping and masturbation. Quit your job. Start a fight. Prove you're alive. If you don't claim your humanity, you will become a statistic. You have been warned. Y'all ready for the? It's a long one. It's very, very long.
Yeah, well, I have no
Right.
idea what it is, but yeah, for sure.
Do you want me to read it again?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Warning. If you are reading this, then this warning is for you. Every word you read of this useless fine print is another second off your life. Don't you have other things to do? Is your life so empty that you honestly can't think of a better way to spend these moments? Or are you so impressed with authority that you give respect and credence to all that claim it? Do you read everything you're supposed to read? Do you think everything you're supposed to think? Buy what you're told to want? Get out of your apartment. Meet a member of the opposite sex. Stop the excessive shopping and masturbation. Quit your job. Start a fight. Prove you're alive. If you don't claim your humanity, you will become a statistic. You have been warned.
Is this Fight Club?
I was gonna say Fight Club.
Fucking both of y'all nailed it right off the rip, off the rip.
Okay.
Nice work.
I had the second read really sent me there. So
Yeah.
it felt Matrixy a little bit.
Yeah.
And the only thing equivalent is I think Fight Club with that same kind of message.
Yeah.
Honestly, the second time you read it, I imagined Brad Pitt saying it, and I was like, "This this feels like Fight Club."
And not funny enough, it was the masturbation line because I was like, that feels like a Ryan Reynolds slide in for like that kind of delivery. So I was like, oh, it could be Ryan Reynolds, but then I was like, no, this feels.
Well, and the line towards the end where he's like, meet an episode of the opposite sex, start a fight, like that one. If like you're really paying attention,
right,
can also be there too. So yeah. Hey, great work, y'all. Brian, do we want to tell folks where we wanted the $100 donated? I know we need to communicate that to Roman, but I figured now's a good time since we don't have a majorly super serious agenda.
Yes. So for folks that have been following along, we raised $100 through Catch That Quotables right over the past few months, and when we hit $100, we donate it to a nonprofit. And because of the recent current events, especially the Garcia case as it relates to immigration, and then all three of us have a background somewhere within higher ed, and how higher ed international students are being treated right now is absolutely atrocious, with visas just being revoked without rhyme or reason. So it was really important to us that we supporting these people who are going through something terrible. So we donated our $100 to the National Immigrant Justice Center. And what they do is provide free legal services to those that need them. And they have a 98% win rate with their cases. So when people are able to go through and get their services, they help them. And so this was the best way for us to donate our money here to help people that are going through this terrible thing. And it's just something that we can do. And we encourage all of you as our listeners, as our viewers here, to do that as well, as this is really important to us. So that is where our $100 went. And we encourage you all to go check them out. Again, that's the National Immigrant Justice Center.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian, for running that down. And thanks to Roman for helping us get it there. And I couldn't agree more with where we're sending it. And
thank you, Roman, for donating to our Catch That Quotable game and being able to fund that part of the podcast, because I also feel like that is something that separates us from a lot of other podcasts. So
I would agree.
Thank you, Roman.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Gentlemen, we have a wide variety of different things we wanted to get into this week.
Yes, sir.
Should we start with Brian's fun bracket, or should we start with some news? Where y'all want to start today?
Let's start Gorilla.
Gorilla? Okay. Okay.
Can 100 people fight a gorilla?
I mean, they can fight a gorilla, but
would they win?
See, there's so many.
I'm bullshitting. Let's start with the bracket. I do have a thought. I do have an active thought about this. Just briefly,
let's get it. Let's get it out there.
Let's do it, and then end with the bracket. Then
okay. Here are my parameters around this 100 men versus a gorilla, because that's very specific, right? So when I saw it, it said 100 men versus a gorilla. Okay. And then I saw a second one that also said, he said, fuck the 100 men versus a gorilla. Can you and two of your homeboys fight a kangaroo? And I did make a video about us three, like what that would look like if the three of us fought a kangaroo. So that was just differently funny. But however, here's how this goes in my head. I don't have exact percentages. It goes exactly how y'all think it goes with that kangaroo, by the way.
You want to know what? I would expect nothing less.
Yeah. Here's the thing with 100 people versus gorilla. Here's my thought: 100 men, no guns, all fisticuffs, and the gorilla and the men are fighting each other. The gorilla's not running away. It's not scared. We're talking about a pissed off gorilla fighting for its life and men fighting for its life with no weapons, right? And in a jungle environment. That's how I have it set up in my head.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what I think goes wrong, just real quickly. If there
Okay.
are 100 men, I think that 25% of the 100, okay, I don't know, somebody may do numbers on this, but 25% of the 100, ego is going to get in the way. Because somebody's going to want to like be the top dog or big dick to like swing and be the first to either hit the gorilla, knock it out. I could do it with my bare hand. The machismo is going to knock out 25% of the 100.
The level of shitty information that people probably think they have about a gorilla. Like I heard once that if you move slow, they can't see you. Like that's easily 15% of them is just misinformation and shitty animal facts.
I agree.
So like this, if you haven't heard of this, like on X, like or Twitter, this is where this meme started. Of like
on TikTok.
Basically the first instance of it was from this account called Dream Chasing Mike, and he jokingly said 100 dedicated humans could defeat a single gorilla in a fight. Just an assertion, and people had opinions about this, and I also have an opinion about it because I agree with you, Doug and Marcus. I think there's a point here where there's so many people, there's like some social loafing that is happening. So it's like someone might be like, hey, actually, if 5 of us make a net, then it's over. And like the person who's like a net expert is like, actually, like, no, but I don't want to go against the group because like it's easier to just go along with it.
This is more of an experiment in group dynamics than it is strength,
100%.
speed, or anything else.
I mean, if anyone who's worked on a group project, it's going to be like 3 people being like, okay, how are we going to take down this gorilla? And like the other 97 are like, are you done yet? Or like, can I go? Or like, going to just be messing around while they're trying to come up with a plan. So, I mean, can 100 humans defeat a gorilla? I think so. I don't know if all of them make it out, though. I think there's some cannon fodder situation.
Here's the other thing that I'll say. I think it also depends on what does this look like? Because they have to make a decision, right? Like they have to say, look, we're either all going or nobody's going. Because the reason why I say they're all going or nobody's going, because I guarantee you, the first 5 dudes, they're like, yeah, I once fought a bear. Fuck this gorilla. Like those first 4 dudes are going to have their eyes torn out of their sockets.
Wow,
and the other like 95 people are going to go, all right, I've collectively shit myself. So
that was what I was going to say.
What do we just wait this out? Like,
I was going to say that,
or what?
After the first percentage goes down, that 25%, I think that 10%, 5 to 10% of the remaining population, they bow out because you just see a gorilla slap the shit out of like a group
like
of men.
They just saw that dude's head ricochet off a tree. They're out of there.
The endurance of a gorilla who's running around a jungle all day long, swinging around. You're in his environment, and we're not talking with guns, right? I think Nikki says, I think all 100 of these men are getting folded like a lawn chair.
I agree.
For the women in the trees, she's on it. But I just, and the gorilla can bite and it can swing its ass off. It's jumping tree to tree.
It's got sharp. I mean, it's got teeth. Like it's.
I'm good.
We should watch the movie Congo though. Like this does make me think of the movie.
Yeah,
Congo.
We probably should.
Yeah. I mean, that I have lines from that movie that are entirely memorized that I will just quote off the cuff, like for no reason.
Chris says, depending on the men, we might be better off. Can we pick the men? I thought it was 100. Now, he said in his tweet, I never saw the tweet. He said 100 dedicated men. I think that's specifically different. However, in my mind, it's like a group of 100 people on a tour ran into a gorilla that wants to fucking fight. We don't have guns on us ready to go. We got like whatever we had on a boat. That
also, I want to know the situation where 100 people are walking through the woods being like, you know what I fucking want to do right now?
Slavery.
I just want to fucking fight somebody. Like,
jeez. I don't even know what to say to that, Marcus.
I said fight someone, not ruin their generation and the generations after them.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were trying to figure out what the fuck is all these white men doing off this boat. What the fuck is that over there? You think we can take them? Well, I don't know. They got guns though.
Man, I don't know. I just 100 average dudes, 100
don't think-
average dudes. No way. I
With
know
the
some people.
average, the endurance of a man today, like I can barely climb the muck stairs at work. You want me to fight a fucking gorilla?
Yeah, no, I would watch it tear the face off of somebody, and I'd be like, "Well, good night, everybody. I'm out. Like, I'm done."
Gorilla
Like,
versus a grizzly would be nuts.
I have a lot to live for. I'm out of here.
The cast of 300 versus a gorilla. See,
Oh,
no,
that's
because those
different.
are all show muscles.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
kissing, so like they're too busy. It was a smart. It was a never mind.
I don't
Okay,
think that was
Spartan
in the
was
movie.
Spartan
Somebody
joke.
was-
It was a
Yeah, somebody was
Spartan-
kissing.
Yeah, it was a
yes.
Spartan joke. Like that's what they said back in the day. That the Spartan.
Oh, no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, no,
I
guess
yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to remember if it was in
Yeah.
the movie.
No,
Maybe
no, I think it was in the what was the spin-off? What was the
Gerard Butler
No.
versus a gorilla?
just the actor, none of
Just
his
Gerard
characters,
Butler.
just Gerard Butler.
I've watched the White House go down. I can take a gorilla.
I've been the last
All right.
Olympus standing.
Naming all of his movies.
No, Olympus has fallen, and
Yeah,
then White House Down are two different.
they're two different
people.
movies. Yeah, they're that's
Uh,
right. That's
White
right.
House Down, I think, is Jamie Foxx.
That
and
is. I thought he
Channing
was a-
Tatum.
Oh, it was. Channing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Didn't they come out around the
So-
same year? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would pay to watch the cast of Fast and Furious try to fight a gorilla.
Ooh, that's okay. That's funny.
I would pay to watch
Funny.
Jason Momoa, the Toretto, whose real name I can't even remember.
Wait, are you wanting them as the characters or the actors?
Dealer's choice, don't care. Like, I want Jason Momoa, I want John Cena, I want The Rock, I want
He said Toretto, not Vin Diesel, but Toretto.
Yeah, I want
He
Vin-
said
I
Jason
want- I
Momoa's real
Look.
name, and then Toretto.
because I couldn't
Yes.
remember Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
But I want Vin Diesel, The Rock, John Cena, and Jason Momoa to fight, and Ludacris to fight a gorilla.
Why Ludacris? Why'd you
Because somebody's got to take the first shot, and I know they're going to send him in there. So someone has to go first, and they're going to be like, "Look, Ludacris, you are obviously the smallest out of all of us. Sorry, dude.
How
Like, this
Ludacris
is the
gets
way
a
it
shot?
works."
If
like
it's
that.
the characters, I've seen Dominic Toretto jump out of a car.
Yep.
Oh, that's
And,
true.
like,
The characters
yeah.
is a different story because
Yeah.
they're
I
like
mean, to go
superpowered.
into another car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
It should
and
be the-
drive down a
it-
dam.
It should
I
be
don't
the
even
mechanical
know.
gorilla from the Transformers movie. That'll make it a little bit more interesting.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
race
it's
it
over.
for family.
Anyway,
we'll race
let's-
it for family.
Let's get
Go
to
ahead,
the bracket.
Brian.
Let's get to this bracket.
Let's do the bracket, Brian. Let's race.
I'm so
it for
happy
pink
we
slip.
can do this.
I know y'all desperately wanted our opinion on 100 men versus a gorilla, so there you go.
Hey, thanks for
Oh
sticking
my
with us,
God.
everybody.
We much like Nikki don't believe in the men, so there you go.
No, we do not.
All right, folks. Welcome to the bracket portion of the episode. In celebration of the Thunderbolts coming out later this week, we are going to do a bracket, not necessarily of the MCU movies, but MCU fights.
I know
So
which
I'm
one
gonna-
wins, by the way.
give
I know which one is
a-
winning, by the way.
I'm going to give a shout out to Lee Woohoo, the website, for putting this all together. That's the platform that we use. It makes things really easy. And also, we do have videos of these fights that are going up against each other. So this is another great reason to tune into our live cast every
100%.
Monday at 8 p.m. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Nice.
You can find us on our handles there at Films in Black and White. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here. Give me 1 second. All right.
While Brian shares his screen, we will tell you what the fights are from. If you Google them, you will be able to find them. So
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to watch the video?
no. I do. It's just we'll let people know, like, hey, it's Eternals when Icarus fights all of
Oh,
the Eternals versus
got it.
Punisher.
Oh,
Like,
for
if you
the
just
listeners.
YouTube that, they can find it.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
these are all on YouTube. It does pull in some of the TV show stuff, so I thought that would be interesting as well.
Also, watch Marcus. Marcus, when we were doing that WWE bracket, you wanted people to play so much of those clips. That was like, you were like, come on, man, just 15 more seconds. Brian was like, I'm going to play 15 seconds. Marcus was like, why not the full 2 minutes?
That's not what I did. I did want to play a lot of the clip. I listened
That's
back
all
to
right.
it and I was like, man, this is really fucking up the experience. So yeah, whatever.
right, Mark, Brian, what do we got on the docket? What's the first?
All right, our first one is Marvel's Eternals. It is Icarus. Hang on here. Let me
It's
let me
underneath,
get this
too.
full
It's
title.
But
here.
how are we playing the videos here? What are you doing? Are you just
I might just play them without sound for a little
yeah.
bit.
Oh, got it. That's, I mean,
and
Mason,
kind of
you're
go from
right.
there. So we got Icarus versus the other Eternals. There's going to be spoilers here for everything Marvel.
Yes,
I'm
Mason.
just going to like put that
If you
out
haven't
there.
watched,
Yeah, if
doing weird
you haven't
stuff.
watched
Yeah.
Eternals, like
You're not missing out on anything.
They
you
do it.
should
They
do
do it in the
that.
desert.
They do. Yeah,
But yeah,
not a
so
TV
let's see here.
show.
So this is just a clip from the Eternals fight scene. We got Thena here fighting Icarus. I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of this. to be
Oh,
was very
Mark,
sick.
Brian, I remember none of this.
I remember this because it was very. I do remember because I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. And then of course we
Brian
also
10 seconds of that clip that pinned up against the wall.
hey, you know what? Hey, look,
There is a clear winner here, by the way.
There is a clear winner
yeah,
here.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
skip ahead here, but yeah, and then we have the Punisher prison fight scene from Daredevil season 2, episode 9. So I feel like I feel like there's a clear winner here. We're slowing down. There we go. But
Yeah, we should get to the action. Yeah.
yeah, there it is. So folks, I'm pretty sure this is Punisher.
Yeah, it's Punisher.
He stabs two guys, and Brian goes, "Well, there it is. What do you think, guys?"
Yeah, you're talking about me. Why are you talking about Brian doing like, all right, y'all get the gist of this.
He
Look.
stabbed somebody twice, and Brian's like, "Well, I think we've seen all that we need to see."
Brian's the quickest sheriff detective, and that's a closed case.
And we an open and shut case, sir. We didn't get any evidence first.
Look, I got Frank Castle here beating the crap out of somebody.
We get
I
it, yeah.
I think we know where we're at here.
Yeah,
Oh, he has
that might get us
hatchet?
TOS on Twitch, by the way. So we do want to be
Yeah,
careful.
good call.
I do like the
okay.
Punisher scene because the way it ends, if him covered in blood and then he's face to face with Fisk afterwards, like who's sitting
Yes.
out on him. I think that's like
Yeah.
magnificent, man. Yeah.
Agreed. Yep. I think that
agree.
one, yeah. Just the level of energy in it and the
Yep.
choreography, because it was just so. One, it's basically like a one shot, and then
Yep.
two,
Yeah.
the level of like the way in which they all work together is so smooth. So
Yep.
Agreed.
This
So the
was
next
tough.
one we have is the final fight of Peter Parker versus the Green Goblin in No Way Home versus the Winter Soldier escapes. And it looks like it's Winter Soldier versus Tony Stark. So
I have a pick. I have a pick here. I think automatically off the rip, it's this part of the fight scene.
yes,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is a little tough. I did like this fight scene because it was a little different. You see the psychopath in both of them, but I wish that they would have done the fight scene in the apartment with Green Goblin and Spider-Man.
Oh,
You mean
that's
when-
yeah.
When Green Goblin's basically taunting him.
When he fucking throws his ass through the floor and then like, oh my god, that was like beautiful shit. However, this is a great fight scene, and I think the most we see of a one-on-one, hand-to-hand combat fight with Spider-Man, with this new Spider-Man.
Yeah, and this isn't that long. It's only a
Well
3-minute fight
Yeah.
scene. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty good in my opinion.
I agree.
And we're going up against here then Winter Soldier here and Tony Stark.
It's
mean,
everybody.
It's everybody. It looks like, and it ends with Tony. This was in the preview a lot. I remember.
Yep.
This is also not this is not the scene from Civil War that I would have picked for this. So I'm hoping that the other one is in there.
No, this is I forgot. So this is Steve too. He's fighting Steve.
Oh, he threw his ass down the elevator.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember that.
I forgot that. Yeah.
I'll be honest. Oh, Anthony, I think that's Anthony Mackie waking up.
Anthony the Mustache
Man.
Mackie.
That the things Anthony Mackie has done for the MCU. There
Yeah,
we
he's
go.
been-
That's
he's
what I
been in
wanted
it
to
for a
get
while.
to. Man, yeah, just Tony Stark straight up catching a bullet. I totally forgot Agent 13
She was
and
in there.
Black Widow also
Yep.
go toe to toe with him.
Well, Black Panther is also in this too, right? Because he's
Yeah,
the
he,
one
like,
that's
jumps
chasing
down
after
here in a
Bucky.
moment, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
a tough move by
completely
Scarlet.
forgot.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay.
He punched her straight to hell.
Like, oh my gosh, this is like this is I can't
Young
believe I
Chadwick.
forgot all
Rest in
this.
peace to Chadwick, man.
Rest in peace.
Man, Chadwick Boseman was
The best MCU character. That's hands down for me. Right after I'll go Cap, Tony, and then it's Chadwick Boseman. They were like the big
Man.
Thor too. Great
I
casting.
forgot like they cleared half of the Cap roster to go fight Winter
Yep.
Soldier in that movie.
Yep. Yeah, he was whooping. He was dog
Jeez.
walking him. You know what? I think I'm gonna give it to Winter Soldier.
I agree.
The hand-to-hand and being able to get that much hand-to-hand combat with unique fighting styles of all the different individual, like those individual characters, I think is what I'm giving it credit for. That is a one-on-one bout with Spider-Man and Goblin, though, and there was a lot of emotion behind that with after Aunt May died. So, it's tough. I could be swayed.
I'm giving it to the Spider-Man fight, and the reason why I'm giving it there is we always see the only way that Spider-Man is ever like portrayed as having the proportional strength of a spider is hey,
what up, Adam?
Hey,
here.
Adam's here.
But the only way that they ever talk about the proportional strength of a spider is him like carrying something. But here you see him sort of take that off the chain a little bit and let himself really be mad. And I think the level to like deliver that is so
good point.
Strong. So for me, the emotion that comes through in the Spider-Man fight, I think is awesome. However, this is actually a tough pick because the way that the fight scene for Winter Soldier is choreographed is awesome. I just think the emotion in the Spider-Man fight takes it up a notch for me.
And the way he uses his powers in that Spider-Man fight too, right? Like he's actively using all of the pieces. So yeah, Brian, I can go either way. So your choice, brother.
I'm gonna go Winter Soldier Escapes only because there's so much happening in that sequence. I feel like Spider-Man, this isn't the best outing for him. I enjoy the Green Goblin fight. It's not his best work. All right, in the MCU. That's fair. That's what's gonna
totally
win
fair.
Me.
For those just joining us, we are going over the best MCU fight bracket. That's what we're going over.
Yes. So our next challengers are Deadpool versus Wolverine, and then Kang stopping the rebels in Quantumania.
Do we have to watch? Gosh. Listen, I already got a vote. Deadpool versus Wolverine. Oh, it's this one. No.
It's the very first fight that they have in front of like the Fox 20th Century logo.
I also would not have picked this one. So
would not have picked this one either.
Oh, which one would you have picked?
I would have done the minivan. The minivan.
Oh, the minivan fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to rewatch this fight.
This was good as like the first fight scene you see between the two of like, oh God, like we've been waiting for this moment. And when Wolverine goes full Wolverine crawl he's getting shot and all that shit like that, and you see them like really go all out because they've got space. The minivan is good because of the condensed area.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I like it.
It was something we hadn't seen before. And this very much is like, Deadpool? Yeah, it's that with Wolverine.
Yep.
It's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still good. But it is a little bit of a known quantity.
From what I remember from Kang, Ant-Man, I remember us not really liking this fight scene when we reviewed the movie, right? It was just a mosh podge of a bunch of shit.
I think.
Well, yeah.
Action figures.
The thing about this, so we have it playing, and I encourage you to go check it. I think the thing that's hard for me is that there is so much CG. It's hard for your eyes to focus on one thing with this. And I don't know. I don't necessarily like the lighting of it.
No.
I don't necessarily like the thematic points of it either. And there's some cool stuff in here. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's just there's like cells and bacteria that
there's
are like
one moment of this that's
dinosaurs.
Cool. There's one moment of this that's cool. And it's one more of this that's cool. And it's this. And this is it. Like when he's going full rage and he's really using every weapon at his disposal, this is the moment that makes the fight cool. There's just not enough of it to have it beat out Deadpool and Wolverine. And it's very laser blasty type stuff. So like my personal opinion is it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
I agree.
I appreciate what they're doing here. It didn't do
a lot of build up.
A lot of build up.
Yeah. All right. So congrats, Deadpool and Wolverine, for making it through this round. All right. All right. Next we have Doctor Strange versus Thanos, versus Shang-Chi versus his father Xu Wenwu. I don't know. I know this fight pretty well. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I do too. I remember this
so many
fight
times.
I rewatched this recently.
Did you?
Infinity War is so special, and
it feels weird to say this, but when you think of like Infinity War and Endgame, Infinity War is the sleeper because Endgame is so fun to watch to get to that final moment.
Yeah,
But Infinity
agree.
War is such a great setup to get to that final moment that I think
Mhm.
it's the sleeper between the two.
I mean, there's so much happening.
Yeah.
There's a black hole.
Yeah.
There's multiple Doctor Stranges. It's so creative. It's
The
probably one of the more
counters,
creative.
it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's hard for this Shang-Chi fight because it's all. I feel
Sometimes it's
bad
a lot of
having it in this
dialogue.
category because it's like the crux of this battle isn't necessarily like I'm gonna punch you the hardest or whatever, or throw a moon at you. It's like it's the fact that it's Shang-Chi's father.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like, that's the crux of this fight. So it's a different vibe, in my
And-
opinion.
It's cool because in the movie you finally get to see the full use of the 10 rings.
Yes.
Because they talk about it. He's been training to take over it, and then like in this scene, you're seeing him take control of one of the rings. I mean, 5 of the rings, I guess half of them or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
However, I think fight wise, those are 2 weird things to put next to each other. I agree with Brian.
I will say, for me and my love of like old like kung fu movies,
Yeah.
I do like this one a little better because I think in terms of this is like, do you like fighting or do you like the scale and grandeur of it all?
Yeah, that's a
right?
good point.
Because Infinity War it's grand. Like
Yeah.
that is a spectacle. And it's the CGI is crisp, the fighting is crisp. But if you're watching like a fight scene to watch just like 2 people fight it out, this is fucking cool. Like this is a cool fight scene.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is hard. This is a hard one to pick.
Let me ask you a question. I like this movie because the director of Shang-Chi is the director of the new Spider-Man movie. So we're going to see a lot of that fight choreo in Spider-Man 4, which is going to be really good. What are you all looking for in a fight scene? I guess is the question. Like predominantly when you see one, the choreo, you want the setting. Is there something in particular?
I mean, for me, it's a little bit of both. I think I'm leaning towards the Doctor Strange fight right now because it is just really creative.
I could go either way. So
I think, Marcus, this one's up to you.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I respect both of those, especially when it comes to the kung fu movies. Like I also like a good kung fu movie. And I do respect the grandeur in this. I think there's something about Doctor Strange versus Thanos as like the supreme sorcerer, and they are doing 2 counters to each other of him fighting the stones. Like that is something
he's not fighting
that's like,
Thanos. He's fighting stones.
Yeah.
the
That's a great way to put
creativity
it.
of Thanos versus like the magic and creativity of Doctor Strange. I like that setup a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Shang-Chi, it's good. It's not losing as much as Doctor Strange versus Thanos is winning. If that makes sense.
It's close.
Marcus, you asked, what do I look for in a fight?
Yeah.
I think what I'm generally looking for in a fight scene is, and I'm going to give you 2 different types of fight scene.
Okay.
I think if they're going up against like another enhanced individual, so like if it is a Spider-Man versus Green Goblin, I don't want there to be I don't want them to be overpowered so much that the fight is over quickly. Like they should be evenly matched because they are like, right. Like they do have a similar strength level and can fight each other well. If it is a Spider-Man versus goon on the street, I want to see him use his powers creatively. And I want there to be some choreography that makes sense on that. So my comparison is a little bit situational.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that.
All right. Cool. All right. Our next one is Black Widow versus Crossbones fight scene. They say Rumlow, but it's Crossbones versus Black Panther versus Killmonger. I think we know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I think we probably know what's happening here.
This Widow versus Crossbones scene.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, from Civil War. It's like partially a chase scene.
It's mostly a chase scene.
The back of Scarlett Johansson's head
and mostly
here.
stunt double.
Yeah, I mean a little. Yeah. So I don't know.
Not a great look for a white lady to beat up a black guy in Africa, but here we are.
That's a mercenary.
Why are
Well,
you
that's
doing
true,
that?
but he is a mercenary.
Just saying.
Man, what a
I mean,
juxtaposition that is.
Mercenaries, they don't care. They
don't
are
look.
equal opportunity killers.
Yeah, they don't see color. They're like Doge.
What's funny here too is Crossbones isn't in this scene.
He's not in that. No,
He's
that's
not
very
in this
specific.
scene.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Well, this is an automatic winner.
I mean, look, Natasha. we
Winner,
love
was
you.
going for
automatic
Black
winner,
Panther
automatic
anyway.
winner for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One,
yeah.
it's just better, and 2, they're actually fighting each other in it.
Yeah.
The only thing that throws me off from the Black Panther scene, and I love Black Panther, just recently rewatched it, is the CGI a little bit in the scene.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It throws me off every time I watch it because I'm like, man, the suits look really good in other situations, and they like, but I like the setup of like, hey, we're in this space where the vibranium won't protect you. Y'all are evenly matched in this
Yeah.
situation. Like Black Panther is T'Challa's a little bit weaker because he's coming back from life and he's still recovering, but like the conversations in between that gets to the fight that leads to it, I think it's pretty evenly matched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ryan Coogler hit, by the way. Like, fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I rewatched the second one recently.
Yeah.
That was good too.
It. I didn't really like the first time.
Man, it's a lot, but no, it's this by a mile. Like,
Yeah.
we love you,
easily.
Natasha, but it's Black Panther versus Killmonger.
They cheated you with that video clip.
They did.
though.
There were
They
other
really
good- Yeah,
did.
they really did.
Okay. Well, Shang-Chi gets a path of redemption here. We have Shang-Chi versus the Death Dealer versus Iron Man versus Thor.
I
From
just
the
rewatched.
Avengers.
Versus
I
Captain
rewatched
America and Avengers.
I watched
Yes,
that.
and Cap. Thank you.
This is fire, though. I like this. Is why I'm
Yes.
excited for Spider-Man 4 because
Mhm.
of scenes like this. Well thought out. Look at the set piece.
Wow.
They're climbing up and down the bamboo outer building sets. There's a lot at stakes.
There's an
Like-
Aquafina jump scare that got
There's
me. I forgot
Awkwafina.
she was in this.
She was. I forgot she was.
Wow. Honestly, though, I this is making me want to rewatch Shang-Chi. Like,
Yeah.
holy buckets! It's really, I enjoy how 3-dimensional this fight scene is. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's going up, it's going down,
Look at the
it's going
lighting.
across this
The
building.
lighting changes. It
Yeah.
creates the space, like when they zoom like that.
Good
they-
shot. Great shot.
That's a great shot.
Great shot.
That's old
This was a
school.
good movie.
That's old
Yeah.
school Japanese kung fu movie. That shot with the light in the background.
Yeah,
like, that
making them
is.
silhouettes.
Yep, that
Look
is
at
an
the camera
old-
shot. I
Oh,
like
and
that. I like
that's-
that. That's pretty
That's
good.
not a stunt
man.
double. I
That's
just
pretty
want to
good.
say that that's not a stunt double. At least I
Man,
want
this
that
is
premium
good.
thing.
These
This
shots
is a
are
good
really
one.
fire,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, no, this is no, Shang-Chi, man. I need to rewatch
Shout
Shang-Chi. That's what I'm getting out of this
Shout out to
bracket.
Dave Wheeler for reviewing that with us when he came on the pod and gave us a
Dave
review. That's a
Wheeler,
shout out to
baby.
Dave.
Friend of the podcast. All right, this
This is tough to beat. Now, can I describe this one a little bit here? This
Yeah,
is Iron Man versus Thor versus Captain America in the very first Avengers interaction. They run into each other in the forest. Loki, they're all after Loki. Loki
Yeah,
is
let's look
Cap is chasing Iron Man. Iron Man is chasing Thor because Thor just kidnapped him. It kicks off with Iron Man kicking Thor's ass or them going back to back first and they don't know each other. And then Cap jumping out the plane. And, I only know one God, man, and he doesn't dress like that. Like, that's when he
Man,
jumps
what
out the
character
fucking plane.
development he has from that point
No
on.
kidding.
That man goes to space.
He does. He
Yeah.
says he sees so much shit after that. He's like, oh man, wait. So I don't know. I think it's good because here's why I think this has a little bit of an advantage for me. I like the interaction of the big three. It's our very
Yes,
first
I
introduction to the
agree.
big three. Thor charges up like Iron Man's suit with
Yep.
his shock of thunder from the hammer.
Yeah.
And then they see like this Western style standoff, the hammer hitting the vibranium and then causing this reaction to tear the woods
Yeah.
in half. That's cool shit. Like that's
I
dope shit.
agree.
Yep.
I think it's so. If I'm gonna be persnickety here, if we're talking purely fight scene, if we're talking like the fight
Shang-Chi
scene,
gotta win.
it's Shang-Chi for
It's
me
Shang-Chi.
because
I
it's a
agree.
great character moment for
I agree.
Iron
Yep.
Man, Thor, and Cap.
I agree.
But man, I
Agreed.
wanted to keep watching the Shang-Chi sequence
I
versus
agree.
Death Dealer.
Because that's just hands. So yeah, I respect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So Shang-Chi gets some redemption here.
Ooh wee.
This is a tough one. We got Iron Man versus
Yeah.
Cap and Bucky from Civil War, and then we have Iron Man versus Thanos. I think this is gonna be a tough one. I don't know, because
Well, maybe
Maybe
if
it won't
Cap,
be.
maybe if Cap wasn't so easily blinded by his goddamn friends, we
Don't-
wouldn't have had to
don't
been in
do
this
this.
goddamn
Oh.
situation.
No.
Didn't see
Don't
that
do
coming.
this. We've had
Hey, did
how
somebody
many
hear
times
that?
have we had
The
this
Hornets
conversation?
are real mad. I just shook them all up.
There you go. You can't tell me after all these years you're still Team Iron Man.
There's no way.
I mean, I do think that it's important to
Wow.
have some guardrails.
Wow.
Look,
Right,
you cannot sit here and tell me in the times we live where someone is sitting in an office in Washington, D.C., taking down every fucking guardrail we have and go, I don't know, seems like overreach to me. Like, there's gotta be some, right?
I mean,
that feels like a severe over explanation of what's under explanation of
here's
what's
the
happening.
thing, though, is that
Tony
the-
would be the government.
yeah, like the reason the Sokovia Accords happen is because like
Uh-huh.
Iron Man has a bad day and he's
Yeah.
like, I feel bad, and like he makes it
Yeah, that's
about
fair. That's true.
himself.
He
That's
made a
true.
Doge
Yeah.
bot.
Yeah.
Whole thing, everybody's problem, and
That's
then
not a
doesn't-
good example for anybody. Like,
and he
it's just-
doesn't understand brainwashing. So like
No.
Cap's like, yeah, of course I'm not gonna tell you because you're gonna throw a tantrum like a
Yep.
billionaire baby, and
Yep.
he does. Cap's
mean,
right.
I mean, to be fair, he is throwing a tantrum. To be fair, he is throwing a tantrum about his parents being murdered.
Look,
But here we are.
I'm not qualifying the tantrum. All I'm saying is that Cap was right to be like,
I do-
yeah, I knew and I didn't tell you.
Here's-
Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
you know,
here's my
maybe he
in-between.
should have done it with a therapist, but
Yeah, maybe
you know.
maybe you should.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all that
Yeah.
money and you won't sign up for BetterHelp. Come on, man. Like,
my thing is, I think between the two of y'all, Cap, this was a one moment that I think people severely overlook. Cap was a bad friend. Now, I also think that in that scope, were Tony and Cap ever really friends? Because Bucky was his best friend for real. But I think if Tony and Cap were actually friends, like we depict them to be, then Cap was fucked up for not telling him. However, Tony went too far. He went too fucking far.
This is absolute. I was
Yeah.
no,
No, not you.
I was
Yeah,
shaking cages, but
yeah,
yes, it is.
yeah.
You're absolutely right. He did
It's weird.
go way too
He
far.
went. It was an
mean-
overreaction to what the fuck was going on. Although it is your parents, so it's just
yeah.
To quote my wife, no fight is truly any like one person's
No.
full
That's
fault. And I
Shout out to
feel
Maggie Rose.
like they both made bad choices. I just
Agreed.
feel like Tony's bad choices like were
That's fair.
way worse.
yes.
than, like,
I mean,
agree.
Brian,
He
this is a great
impacted
example
everybody.
of the next fight scene to pivot us back on track.
let's do
The
it.
next fight scene is when it is really one person's fault, because I think we can say that Thanos' decisions were kind of his own fault. It's not like he's motivated by. It's just motivated by ideology.
I mean, this fight scene,
This is
I
cool.
remember I enjoyed watching this in the
Yep.
theater.
I did
Because
too.
I think it was like the first time we saw somebody actually try to do something to
Yep.
Thanos.
Yep.
And it was very enjoyable to see like the vanguard of the Marvel heroes, Iron Man, like finally, like, I don't know. It didn't feel like he had anything holding him back.
He was,
That
he manned up. You know what I mean? Like, not to use that phrase, but like Cap tells Tony, like, you're just a boy, you're just a billionaire in a suit.
Yep.
And this is him in space, out of his realm, with nothing really, just except a nano suit, fighting
Yeah.
a damn alien titan with infinity stones. So,
Right.
that's a lot for this man to stand up. And then the redemption you get at the end of Endgame with him versus Tony. It's the redemption we never got with Hulk versus Thanos, by the way, which I'm still mad about.
Yeah, I mean, Hulk is such a non-factor in these movies that it is kind of wild upon reflection. I forgot about
stabbed
Thanos
him.
stabbing Tony.
I thought he
Like,
was gonna die in that fucking movie too.
I did too. And this is a lot harder now than.
And he
I thought it
also,
would be.
I mean, Thanos delivers. Thanos has some fire lines. The one in there where he's like, "All that for a drop of blood"
Yep.
is
Yeah,
Tough.
It's a tough ass line.
Which once again just recertifies like Tony is just a man, but that is a hand to hand that's a
It is.
hand to hand fight.
Yep.
However,
I do think we have to give it to the Iron Man Cap fight
I
because
agree.
that one, it's an iconic fight.
it's a meme.
It's
Yeah.
two. It's a
It's
great.
true.
I mean, that part where Iron Man, where Friday says, "I've memorized all of his moves," and it
Yep.
levels the playing field.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
is, it makes it such a cool moment. I mean, and I don't think that we've ever. I mean, we've gotten some comic book covers that have come in naturally, but there was a Civil War comic cover of
There
those two
was.
fighting of his beam on that shield, and it's pretty.
This scene is
incredible.
crazy with Bucky
Yes, it
and
is.
Cap. Like they
choreo
make a
is
conscious
amazing.
decision of like, we gonna whoop his ass today, boy.
He's going down. Like, we're just gonna beat his
dog
ass.
walk. And then when he walks out at the end and he's like, that shield doesn't belong to you, and Cap just says, yeah, fuck this shield, and gives
Yep.
it right back to him. Man,
Nope.
that's tough, dog. That's tough.
Honestly, it's the reason it's one of my favorite MCU movies, even though I feel like Civil War feels like a stepping stone for a lot of things. I feel like it is
They try
probably
to treat it like that, but it is one of the better. It is one of the better MCU movies.
it really fleshes out like where Cap stands with everything, because a lot of people like to simplify him to this flag waver, and it's like, do you realize like Captain
Yeah.
America has never followed an order from the government?
Yep.
Like even the most simple, like, hey, don't go rescue your friend from this Nazi prison that we have no reconnaissance on. And
He
he's
did
like,
it
"Nah,
anyway.
I'm
Yeah,
not
for
gonna
sure.
do that.
Yep.
So, and I feel like that movie solidifies all of that, which
Yep.
I think is enjoyable. All right. We have Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the opening ship fight scene on the Lumerian Star versus the Daredevil season 2 hallway fight. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
start
know
with the
what-
hallway
yeah.
fight.
I'll
'cause
start
I
with
am
the
not
hallway
as
fight.
familiar.
I know who wins this one.
I mean, Daredevil is known for these hallway fights.
Yes, he is.
So I mean, man, I'm trying to get here into the thick of it here a little bit.
Oh, because
Yeah.
this is when he comes off the roof.
Yep.
He comes
Yeah.
off the roof and Frank has taped the gun to his hand. So he has no choice. He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have to shoot somebody.
Man, here's the thing though, is like a lot of these there's longer cuts.
Mhm.
When
Yes.
you look at these Daredevil fights, these are, I would say, 5 to 10 second clips or cuts,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to phrase it, between different shots. That was not the case
What?
with any of the stuff we just watched. It was like maybe 2 to 3 seconds. So I do enjoy this style because you actually get to see what's happening.
What something just happened?
All right, hang on.
What just happened, y'all?
I have absolutely no idea.
I think we're getting I think we got a strike
I think we
For
did
sure.
too.
for showing the footage.
That's
Fair
fine.
Copyright strike.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, on the YouTube.
All right, where are we not? Hang on, I'm not seeing it on my screen.
I don't think we're on YouTube.
no.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna keep going. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
We have
All
people who
right.
are watching, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
just yeah.
All right. Well, here we are.
It's good while it lasted.
We're gonna keep going. All
I just got
right.
the email.
Okay. Awesome. Well, bad boys for life. Here
That's
we
all right.
are. We're on the Lumerian Star now.
Why don't I
Um,
remember this?
So Cap literally jumps out of a jet, and then he just
Yeah.
climbs onto this ship, and he just starts busting people up, just straight up throwing his shield, cracking skulls. Like, there's people dying here, by the way. Like, there's no way they live through some of this stuff. Like, that guy just got kicked off the ship.
Yeah, we got blasted for something, but whatever.
Everybody's asking, what the fuck did you guys do? All we know is we're still streaming. We have not checked anywhere else. We don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck happened, y'all.
Anyway, here's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. I'm gonna give it to Daredevil because I think this is a
All
good
right.
fight, but it's not the. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a
they're
hallway,
both
yeah.
similar, and so
Yeah,
my
like-
preference is when we're comparing similar fights where it's like you're battling goons. I like the Daredevil one a little bit.
I agree. For the same reason I like the
I agree.
Punisher fight scene. So I'd go
Yep.
Daredevil too.
I mean, I would dissent and say the opening ship fight, but I do like the style of this.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have this conversation again. So
Uh-oh,
we have
the original.
another Daredevil
Oh.
hallway fight scene, and then we have versus
That's from season 1, and then that's from
Yes.
season 3.
season 1 hallway fight scene versus Daredevil versus Bullseye versus Kingpin. I haven't seen that one in a while.
They don't like the gun show.
No.
I was gonna flex, but I decided not to.
I have not.
That's
I have
okay.
also not seen this scene in a while, actually. But I do remember how. Ooh, great shot.
I'm
Brian?
pretty sure this is one shot.
And I'm also gonna say this. I don't think that they actually fight on camera.
For the because of money.
No way. Oh no,
I
they're
don't-
there.
There's a couple, and then he's gonna go into that room after he knocks these goons
Yeah.
out. He's gonna go into that room, and you're gonna hear more shit happening in that room, and then it's it.
No way.
Man. So that, I think that was a transition when the camera went into his
Uh-huh.
body. So I think this is a different setup. But again,
Not a one shot.
it's not a one shot, but I don't know. There's something enjoyable about
Yeah.
these long sequences where you can actually see what's happening and the effort being put into it. And it's
Mhm.
not super soldiers and it's not gods. It's just
Mm.
like Murdoch
It's a
and
blind
his
man
fist.
it's a blind man with a principle. Like, and that's it.
My Catholicism.
I'm so guilty. All right. So that goes on for a little bit. All right. I don't remember the
Oh,
Kingpin
I remember this shit.
bullseye
This one, he
fight.
beats the fuck
I
out of
remember that.
Kingpin. This is where he beats him so bad he leaves a mark on the painting, and which comes back again in.
Oh,
This
I
is-
forgot that reference.
Oh, because this is Bullseye. That's
Yep,
not.
this is
that's,
Bullseye.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
Bullseye.
jeez.
Because he dressed up as Daredevil to
Yep.
go kill Wilson Fisk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that would have been a good. Maybe I should have rewatched season 3 before Born Again. Oh well, that's okay.
That's really the basis for. I don't think you needed to. Now that's Daredevil. He put the
Yes.
ropes on his hands and got
Man.
to work. He beat the
Jeez.
shit out.
That's
of
right. He slams.
Can you
him through
fast
the
forward a little
table.
bit, Brian?
Yeah,
Because I like
yeah,
the. I like
Fast forward to
the
where he's on the when he's on the
in front of the painting.
All right, let's see here.
yeah.
I'm trying to get to the painting. No, we're getting Vanessa
Oh,
out.
Get out
of
of
here,
He
Vanessa.
gave her the bulletproof vest or bulletproof.
We're
yeah,
throwing
it's,
glass at him
it's
now.
because we're showing fights, y'all. That's why. It's
Yeah,
happening.
that's why. Yes.
All right.
And
All
it's
right.
copyright. And we're showing copyrighted material on a live stream.
Full
That's
fights
the reason
too,
why.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yep,
okay. We're
that's-
here.
All right. I couldn't find a
Ooh.
Marcus.
No, that's okay. This is good.
But oh my gosh.
Kingpin
Yeah,
was
it's
fucking menace, though.
right
I can't
there.
wait till they show down again, man.
man, I really thought I was gonna go hallway fight scene again, but man, this
That-
bullseye Kingpin
I'll go
Daredevil
Bullseye
fight.
That
Kingpin,
bullseye
yeah.
one, I think, is for me.
That
Yeah.
is hands down. That's
Yeah.
that's the winner here.
And they go
Holy
in the right
fuck.
order because the hallway scene is what we see first as a Daredevil thing, and then you get to, ooh, is this? I'm going Hulk and Abomination.
Brian,
When I
it's
saw this, I thought you might.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
this
Roman.
is a good one.
So yeah, we got Hulk and Abomination from the Incredible Hulk
This is my shit. I love
versus
this
the
fight.
Marvels final fight. But yeah, this is when
definitely,
they're
definitely this
in-
one then.
I mean,
No, the
Oh.
Marvels one is good. Has good
and
choreo.
that Marvels one is good. Oh, Liv Tyler.
Liv
That's
Tyler.
right. You were in this movie.
That's when you get
did
the Hulk
this.
smash, and he does the Hulk clap, and he
Yep.
actually yells. He actually talks in this one.
Man, seeing this CG though now
It's-
compared to how they made him in the Avengers movies is
Yeah.
so different.
I still
Yeah.
love this movie, and they still reference this movie. The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
the Harlem fight, the fight of Harlem. That blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they referenced it in Brave New World.
Yep, they sure
Yep.
did.
Yep.
This Hulk is
Yep.
always better to me. That is an OP Hulk. I'm mad at
Man.
the Hulk we got now, but like, fuck it, I can't do nothing about it.
I'll be honest here. I really like
Next week,
the
Roman.
Marvels.
Keep it alive
finale.
next week.
Man, I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit though. Oh wait, no, wait a minute.
Oh wait,
This is not the final battle.
oh,
that
that's
this
not
person
the one I
listed.
thought it was. Yeah,
No, this is. I'm pretty sure this isn't it. No, this is the battle on the water planet, which is not the one I would have chosen.
yeah, I would have
So,
did the one when they were inside. Does this lead to them being inside?
This one leads to them crashing in the cornfield, and they have it
Oh,
out, and they
got
finally
it.
have their feelings
That's not
figured
the
out.
one. That's not the one I thought this was.
So no, this is the one where they like get their ass.
They was
kicked by
fucking them up though.
Darkman.
They really fighting though.
Oh no, like this is a good fight scene. I don't think it's better than the Hulk one though. If this was the finale fight
Yeah,
of the Marvels, I would have
Yes.
put up a fight about it.
I agree. I agree with that.
Um,
That Hulk fight is difficult, man. And we still got a whole nother round to do.
Yeah, we do. So
We do.
I'm assuming so Hulk versus Abomination, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we are. All right. Last one
Ooh.
for round one. We got Black Widow versus White Widow from the movie Black Widow.
from the movie Black Widow. Black Widow as
Yes.
seen in Black Widow versus White Widow.
And then we have Thanos versus everybody
From the Red Room. Yeah.
from from Avengers Infinity War. So this is like the third part of the same fight that we've already seen.
They did. This was a
Essentially.
long fight scene though. Because that
It
was the
is. Yeah,
setup.
This is like a
yeah.
10-minute fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is the iconic moment when Star-Lord gets distracted.
Yeah. I
That's
don't like
that's
this
the
one.
crux
I
of
don't.
this
I
fight
don't.
scene.
Yeah.
So because that's the case, I'm gonna go with the Black Widow.
Yep.
versus
I'm
White
going with the
Widow
Black
Yep,
Widow too.
I
as well.
agree.
Yep.
I agree. This
We
is
don't need-
definitely more.
we don't
plot
even
driven.
need
I don't know if I
watch
even
it.
consider that a fight because that's just the setup to the rest of the fight.
Honestly, if I was teaching a class, like if I was teaching a film class, I would have used that Thanos
that
fight as
class.
like that. That's a plot driven thing. That's
Yes.
not. That's not nothing. That's not like a fight to have a fight. That's like you're getting a fight to a certain point. Like where this Black Widow fight is legit, just two characters trying to express themselves. That's a character moment.
Professor Brian.
Oh shucks.
I take
I
that.
know.
I would take the fuck out of that class.
I would take
Oh
that.
shucks. Well, class is in session, I guess. No, I'm kidding. I'm the sheriff professor, so we're going with the Black Widow one, right?
Howdy, Sheriff Professor.
Yeehaw! Now open your
I
textbook.
didn't read the syllabus.
All right.
That would piss him off the most.
Brian,
No,
how
that's
many
all right.
rounds is
I'll do
this?
what that other professor did and get like a cameo of Snoop Dogg and hide it in the syllabus or some other celebrity.
there you
I'd probably
go.
do something like that.
That's
There you go.
hilarious.
Brian, how many rounds?
Um,
Brian, how many rounds is this?
This is great point. This is 12 out of this is the last one in round one. It'll go faster now that we've
Okay.
watched. all the
Yes.
clips.
Yeah.
So-
I'm
Because
with
I keep like, did he do 32 of these? Like,
No, I don't think so.
This
We got the Guardians
is-
of the Galaxy.
Oh,
one's
this was
fucking
fire.
hard.
Hallway
This is
scene.
This
hard as hell.
This is what got me excited about James Gunn taking over Superman.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we'll get things similar to this. I mean, taking over the DC universe. I think we'll get more things like this.
I agree. This it's a very good scene. It's definitely not a one shot or like a series of one shots like
Yeah.
Daredevil, but it is very exciting. It is very exciting. I also love what Gamora does here. I don't think we'll get to that point. It's more rocket focused, but oh my gosh, Gamora and her sword. She does a lot. She does a lot here.
He does do a lot.
All
This
right,
is
and then
interesting.
we got Thor Ragnarok versus, let's see here, Hela versus the Legion of Asgard. Oh my gosh, this isn't even this should not even be an entry here, is my opinion, because it's basically Hela versus like the Warriors 3.
Didn't she kill them all? Did she
Yep.
just
Yes, she
it's
does
not
kill
really
them,
like
yeah.
a fight.
She
like
just
a-
wipes them out.
yeah.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, this shouldn't be
It
included.
looks cool when it's a half the clip is dialogue. So I'm going
Yeah.
with the other one.
I
Yep,
agree.
me too.
I think we're good there. All right,
Yeah,
congratulations,
that's great.
hallway fight. All right,
You did it.
okay, all
Now we
right,
don't have to rewatch these.
we're on our way now.
Oh no, this is also new.
This
No,
is
no,
also
this
new.
This
Is new.
All right. We're gonna I think we'll hit the gas here then. We'll hit
That is
gas
the
here.
I'm going Captain America.
As
winning
am I.
versus
I know the
Soldier.
scene. Just pick
I
it
know.
up. Don't even play it. Pick it.
That's
Yep.
the one that I wanted them to represent originally.
It's Winter Soldier versus Agents of Shield. We're going with the Winter Soldier one where it's the
Yeah.
fight in the parking lot. Bucky grabs the shield. We got the Cap elevator scene versus Hulkbuster.
I'm gonna go Hulkbuster.
I'm
Although
also
the
gonna
Cap
go
scene is
Hulkbuster.
fire.
Oh my
I love
gosh!
the Hulkbuster.
I go elevator scene. I think it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's good. The elevator scene is good. You know what, Brian? Because I love you, I'll go Cap in the Winter Soldier. I'll go Cap in the Winter. I do love that's the first time we see Hulkbuster versus Hulk in a full out fight, and like I like that, but I also
Yeah.
respect the Captain America Winter Soldier elevator scene. One man surrounded by I'm about that.
I also recently watched it, but it is also one of my favorite scenes. So, all right, we're doing elevator fight then for Cap.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And then
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
now we're back. We're back to the ones we've selected
Here
now.
we
We
go.
just needed to get those two knocked off. So we got the Punisher prison fight scene from Daredevil season 2 versus Winter Soldier escapes in Civil War.
Punisher.
I am also
Yeah.
going Punisher.
I'm going Punisher as well. It's the physicality of it puts it over the line for me. Now we have Deadpool versus Wolverine versus Doctor Strange versus Thanos. Oof.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Doctor Strange versus Thanos. Just
I'm
the
gonna
count-
go Deadpool
the
versus
counters.
Wolverine to make it harder.
Jeez.
to make it harder.
Because I was gonna go
Gosh.
Doctor Strange versus Thanos, but I'm glad Doug went the other way because I could go either way.
Here's the thing. I really like how creative they get with Deadpool and Wolverine, but I don't know, man. Like seeing Doctor Strange use every single trick we've seen him ever learn versus
Mhm.
Thanos is what puts it over the top for
I
me.
would not have used that Deadpool versus Wolverine fight. That's just not. That feels
I
weird to
wouldn't
me.
have either.
Yeah, I
But-
definitely would have picked a different fight from
Yeah.
Deadpool for this. So Doctor Strange versus Thanos gets the win. We got Black Panther versus Killmonger versus Shang-Chi and the
This
I'm
is a
going Black
hard choice.
I'm going Black Panther just off the strength of
Okay.
Yeah.
Doug, where are you at?
I'm going Shang-Chi.
Holy
because
smokes! YouTube is unwatchable right now. Yeah, they're
That's
not
okay.
playing with us over there, y'all.
no,
Oh,
they
no.
have, they have made us. We have made them very mad. We've made the
We've made
YouTube
YouTube
gods
mad.
very mad.
We're the
Sorry.
bad boys of YouTube.
Sorry, YouTube gods.
Fuck you,
All right.
YouTube.
It's a great plug that you can watch us on Facebook. All right. I don't know.
Everybody said sorry, YouTube, not me. It's your rules that are the problem, not me. I'm going Shang-Chi. I think I said that already.
Yeah. Man. I don't know, man.
Why did he say that? we
It
just
was
lost
hard.
the. We just lost the. Oh, fuck us! Fuck us!
No. Fuck you. You're firing me. I quit.
No, we stopped streaming on YouTube on our own. All right.
I hit end stream, bitch. Guys, the 90-minute monster is 10 minutes away. I just want all
Oh,
y'all.
I'm
to
with
know.
it, Brian. Take
All
your
right.
time, my brother.
All right. No, I
Professor Howdy.
look, I really like the Black Panther versus Killmonger narrative, but I like the fighting better in Shang-Chi.
I respect
So
it.
I'm going with
Yeah,
Shang-Chi
I
on
respect
this
it.
I
one.
do
That's a
feel
hard
like
decision.
Professor Howdy would be like the doctor in the village that Big Texas works in.
Doug, you just told us that we were 10 minutes away
Sorry.
from the damn monster.
Yeah, I just want you both to know where my brain is at. Like,
Thanks for
oh no,
sharing.
Big Texas is hurt. Get him to Dr. Howdy real quick.
Dr. Howdy
That
can
feels-
help him. All right, we got the Civil War fight scene of Cap, Iron Man, and Bucky, and up against Daredevil season 2 hallway fight.
Well, obviously the Civil
It's
War
Captain.
scene.
Yes, the Civil War scene. It's
Yeah.
the Civil War scene.
Yeah, and now that we've seen the other Daredevil clip in the mix, it's hard to choose that one. Oof. We got the Bullseye Kingpin Daredevil fight scene versus the Incredible Hulk and Abomination. So
I'm a stubborn son of a bitch, so I'm going with Hulk and Abomination. I'm sorry.
He is stubborn. I'm
Although
going
I
with-
would not
am
have
go-
picked that scene, that particular part of the fight.
yeah.
Now, okay, do I have to go by the part of the fight that was picked specifically?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I think I'm going with Abomination and Hulk. I feel like that's the most destructive. We've seen the Hulk, and it was an all-out brawl. So
I'm going with the Daredevil Bullseye Kingpin scene.
I gotta go Daredevil Bullseye
I respect
on
it.
this one.
I respect it.
I mean, I feel like I'm being thrown through a glass table when I watch that Daredevil clip. Like,
Bullseye was trying to throw everything at that motherfucker. He was trying to kill her ass. Like he
Man.
had glass and cigarette trays and a bunch of other shit in there.
all right, we got the Widows fight from Black Widow versus the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 hallway scene.
Guardians
Guardians
of the Galaxy.
3.
What did I say?
I don't know.
No,
No,
Okay,
that's
Guardians
the
of the
one.
Galaxy.
Brian,
that's
that's
what
the
I'm
one
picking.
we're
No,
picking.
that's what I'm picking.
Oh, that's
Brian,
what you're
you
picking.
said
yeah.
you said nothing
You said
wrong.
everything right.
That's what we're picking with.
I
Dr.
thought-
Howdy,
I
you're
thought
okay.
You were correct.
He's elevated to
What
Dr.
the
Howdy.
hell did I
Dr.
say?
Dr. Howdy.
Dr. Howdy.
Quick, gotta take my
Dr. Howdy.
pills.
Texas
All
has
right,
been
we have a Winter Soldier
Why
off.
is it always Big Texas?
by his own horse. Go ahead.
We're in the quarterfinals, folks.
Jamal would
we,
never.
We only got 6 of these left, so we got the
Captain
Captain
America
America
versus Winter Soldier.
versus Winter Soldier highway fight scene versus the elevator fight scene.
Highway
Yeah,
fight
the
scene.
first one, the one on
It's
the
the
left.
highway fight.
I'm still holding a candle for the
Oh,
elevator
really?
fight scene.
Over this,
but
over that one. That's interesting.
I will go with the highway fight scene because I understand, but
the choreo
my-
is incredible on that.
Oh,
highway
it
fight
is.
scene.
And there's a minigun. It's
Yep.
wild. So I will vote for the elevator fight scene, but the highway scene from Winter Soldier takes it. All right. Now we have the Punisher prison fight scene versus Doctor Strange and Thanos. This, I feel like I have to take a moment here to think about this one.
I
Man.
take no moments. I fire straight from the hip. Punisher fight scene.
All right. All right. I'm still leaning Doctor Strange versus Thanos. So, Marcus, this is coming down to you.
I
Bop, 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 straight from the hip.
think that I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Doctor Strange versus Thanos.
Okay.
You did that because I said bop, 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 bop,
No,
bop. didn't you?
that's not why I did that. No, I thought you were gonna start singing "Not Like Us." That's what I thought.
Oh,
All right. Who's not like us? I guess is Shang-Chi and the Death Dealer. That was a terrible transition. So we got Shang-Chi Death Dealer fight versus Iron Man, Cap, and Bucky.
that's okay. That's Brian, that was the best thing I've ever
I'll
heard.
give you. I'll give you for fighting. I'll give you 5 for fighting. I feel like I would have just gone 1 or 2 fight scenes from Infinity because they are clearing. Yeah. It's Infinity War is tough. That's just tough.
Its presence is
And
felt.
that's one scene.
Yeah.
That was just one scene. That's one fight scene. I gotta go Captain America and Bucky because that shit is just that 2-on-1 beatdown they gave that man and the shots you get from it.
Yeah.
Although the Shang-Chi fight is very good hand-to-hand close combat and crazy camera shots. So this is tough.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cap fight. The Iron
All
Man
right.
Cap Bucky fight.
I'm swayed to the Cap fight. I do respect Shang-Chi. You made it to the quarterfinals. Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
proud of
it's-
you.
Oh.
Everything is just firing on all cylinders in that Civil War battle. All right, we got the Daredevil Bullseye Kingpin final fight up against the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 hallway fight scene.
I'll go Daredevil versus Bullseye.
I gotta go that Daredevil fight. It's just
I agree.
all the different elements in there. Yeah,
No
that's good.
CGI.
agree.
Like that's
yeah.
I think that's really yeah.
It being a 3-way fight too also
Yeah.
elevates it.
Yep.
So we're in the semifinals here, folks. We only got a few of these left. So we have the Captain America versus Winter Soldier highway fight scene versus Doctor Strange and Thanos from Infinity War.
Highway fight scene.
I feel like I gotta go highway fight scene low key.
Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna vote in dissent for Strange Thanos, but
Well,
man,
hold
that
on.
highway
Hold
fight
on. Thanos, the thing that sets up the scenes, I think, with the fight scene for Thanos versus Doctor Strange is like, if I'm not mistaken, there isn't a lot of music that's happening while they're doing their thing, right?
No.
And so you see him do the stars, the things turn to butterflies. You see, like, he's pulling everything out of his fucking bag.
Yes,
Against Thanos. And like the scene where the stone is in the stars and he pulls that shit out, you didn't know what was happening next. And it's hard to keep up with. I think it's a different type of fight from what Captain America versus Winter Soldier. That's their first interaction on the highway, right?
Yeah, I mean it's that's where he finds out that he's Bucky. I'm now starting to be swayed over to the highway fight scene because they all get their asses whooped. In that sequence, which I do respect.
He throws a grenade at that motherfucker or shoots him with a grenade launcher or some shit.
Yes,
like
he
that,
does.
Right?
Yes.
And everybody goes down. Natasha, Cap, like Falcon, everybody goes down.
Yeah, let me go Winter Soldier. I'm going Winter Soldier.
I'm going Winter Soldier.
That's
I like
tough,
the creativity for Strange, but everybody just gets pounded. Highway fight scene. Man.
Love a good highway pounding.
Just straight into the asphalt.
Yeah.
All right. Here we are. We're at the Iron Man Cap Bucky fight in Civil War versus Daredevil Bullseye Kingpin. Nope. I'm gonna choo. We're moving right along. I'm moving this train right along. What am I talking about?
Take us home, Professor Howdy.
A highway pounding straight into the asphalt.
I think I know where everyone's gonna go. I think people are gonna go with the Bullseye Kingpin.
I am going with the Bullseye Kingpin.
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'm gonna go that way too.
Wait, you're going in the Bullseye direction?
I'm going Daredevil Bullseye Kingpin.
I'm going Iron Man versus Cap versus Bucky.
All right, you'll be the dissent. So all right, Daredevil.
I can't believe y'all both picked that over the Civil War. That fight, that's crazy.
It's just something so raw about that Daredevil fight.
Yeah,
though.
I feel you.
Yes,
I'm with you.
Ooh,
So I like it raw. Oh,
so here we are, a raw fight between Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
I yucked myself. That's
versus.
You're also frozen, so you're like not moving at all.
That's because I'm punishing. My internet's punishing me for that.
Yeah,
because
you know what? God's got you.
I deserve it.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Daredevil Bullseye Kingpin versus the Winter Soldier highway fight from
Daredevil Kingpin Bullseye.
Yikes.
I'm taking a beat. Doug, I know you've been I know you've
firing
been
from the
pounding that
hip
drum for Daredevil, and I've been with you. But man, I don't know.
You gonna pound those drums or pound that asphalt? You tell me, Brian.
Both. Just have a great time. I don't know. Man. I feel like I've been looking at these two fights now for the better part of 45 minutes.
We never did play the Captain America versus Winter Soldier.
We didn't. I mean, Jeez, I'm
Natasha
fast
running.
forwarded here.
Yeah, because she just her running.
Man, poor Scarlett Johansson. How much running did she do in these movies? Just man, run over there. Oh, it's so cold.
Chris
That's-
Evans dressed
it's
like
cold.
he's like a corpo dad.
Oh, I know, right? I love it. I love it. Just
They pulled
like,
out all the stops in this fight, though.
oh, this has the knife trick.
Yep,
That makes me feel
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Brian, are you okay?
Yeah, he's
don't
don't ask
understand
questions. He said it makes
all
him feel things.
I recently watched Winter Soldier, and all of the fight scenes click. Like there's not a
Yeah.
moment this movie lets you just kind of sit back. It's like, nope, gonna grab you by the throat, and we're just gonna keep going. Like
He was dog walking Cap though. I
yeah,
ain't
he
gonna hold
is.
you. He dog
He
walking.
straight is.
Cap hanging
Like,
in there, but he dog walking his ass.
This man keeps getting kicked into cars. Like they're just like the ropes of a boxing ring, and like
Probably the last time you get to see Cap like all out. I think you know what I mean.
he has some moments in Endgame, but I mean, this is like the most. I think this is the clearest you see
Okay,
it.
I think I've seen enough.
I
I think
agree.
that Daredevil might have it here.
It's very difficult to look at like the visceral nature of this fight and think anything else other than like this is it.
Bullseye
I mean,
went mad. Like he lost his shit, right? Like he lost his mind. He went full Bullseye, and Wilson Fisk is all out. And this is the thing that sets up the next season of Daredevil too, as well, right?
yeah.
Oh, that's a weird spot to cut that off.
That's
That
a
would've been-
terrible
That's
spot.
that's a
terrible.
terrible spot
That's
to
a
cut that
terrible
off,
cut.
man.
Yeah.
Terrible spot.
I don't know. This
YouTube's
is hard. This is
YouTube
hard
is
for
like,
me.
look at these fuckers watching a full MCU movie on.
Yep, that's right. That's right. That's how we do it over here at Films in Black and White.
You know what? I bet if Kevin Feige was here, he'd
He'd
fine
enjoy
with it.
this. Yeah,
He'd
for
be
sure.
fine. He'd be fine with it.
Hey,
That's
good
how
for
he
you guys.
That's how he talks, by the way.
Good for you guys. I'm really proud of you both.
You're insulting YouTube and Kevin Feige at the same.
And somehow also Canadians.
Yeah.
I'm still going with
right.
Daredevil.
I'm going with
Yeah,
Winter
what
Soldier.
What are you doing
I-
there, poser? Watching it on YouTube?
I'm gonna go Daredevil.
All right, there it
Um,
is. That's our winner. Congratulations to the Daredevil versus Bullseye
That's tough.
versus Kingpin final fight in season
Yeah.
3 of Daredevil.
Can we see? This is the first bracket I've agreed with the winner. That says a lot.
That says a lot.
Can we get just like a glance at like who else, what the percentages were of the
Sure.
winner, just real quick? I want to kind of see.
All right,
I
let's
would
see here. This was the results of our tournament. Let me
Oh.
see here.
Oh, maybe they don't have the results of everybody. else.
No, I think I have to go back. Yeah, just give me 1 second here. I think I have to go back.
This was a very interesting setup because I mean, no two fights are the same, right? Everything has like
No.
whatever context you get up to that fight is also as important. But because that Daredevil fight for us, the lead up to that moment that you get with
Yes.
Bullseye take like fully snapping because right before that they're in the office and he's
Yep.
fighting Daredevil in that fucking office. Like that's a crazy buildup, but also
Yeah.
the emotion you get from Cap seeing that Bucky is Bucky is also a crazy experience. Like in the middle of that, those two are going all out, and then all of a sudden the mask rips off, and it takes away from that moment. So, I think context is also important too. So
Agreed.
No, and I think a lot of those character moments I feel like drive a lot of the good action of this because towards the end it was like they had significant character moments, which is why I think like Doctor Strange finally fell off because it was like, yeah, like it's cool, but it doesn't feel connected to anything. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here really quick. I do think there is a way
for sure.
to do it. All right, give me one
Marcus,
moment.
anything else you
I'll
want
take it
to
away.
Go ahead, Brian.
no,
Marcus,
take
anything else
it
you
away
want to
while I
chat
do this.
about while Brian finds the way things ranked out?
Damn.
Did he just
He
left?
just
He was like, "Fuck all of you! I'm not doing this anymore." He's like, "If you guys aren't YouTube endorsed, I'm out." And we went, "Oh, okay. I guess that's gonna be a
He
problem."
said, Chris said, "This is the first bracket you agree with." Fuck
and,
that.
and Brian was like, "I'm out."
Fuck that.
Chris agrees. I'm out.
I do want to shout out just John Cena winning his 17th
Man, he did
Universal
it.
Champion. I don't know what their plans are. The rumor is that they are going to retire that belt and he'll be the last one.
Okay.
And that they want to keep him solidified as the final one to win that belt, and then they will create another one. I do know that, obviously John Cena eventually has to lose, and probably Cody Rhodes gets the belt back. But there was another dope moment that kind of happened in WWE, just as we're like still like just stalling the talk. Paul Heyman turned on Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He turned on his best friend CM Punk, and then turned on, like, he's Roman Reigns' wise man, and he turned on both of them. And he's saying it's like it's a good setup story wise of like they pitted me against each other and made me choose. And after all I've done for them, and this is what you made me do. And he ended up siding with Seth freaking Rollins, who is like, that was the big plot twist of WrestleMania, which is going to set up some crazy storylines. And then shout out to Jey Uso for just fucking winning the heavyweight championship of the world. Like, he is in his moment right now, dog. And I hope they let him have it for longer than like 50 days. Yeah,
it'd be nice.
Like, let that man have it. So that was my only thought.
I want to just plug one thing. I want to plug one thing that I think is interesting. So I talked a little bit about the Minecraft movie, I think 2-3 weeks ago, because I took the kids to it.
Oh yeah.
Now, movie theaters across the country are like cursing the Minecraft movie because of the chicken jockey moment where everybody loses their mind. Yes, Brian, like Google it. People, they scream it, they throw popcorn, they make a huge mess. It's like a whole thing.
Really
weird.
Well, here's the thing. Minecraft is leaning into it. So Minecraft, Warner Brothers is announcing a Minecraft movie block party edition screening. During these screenings, people who participate in the movie will be warned that there will be talking, there will be singing, and there will be more in-theater hijinks during the screening of this particular movie. So block party edition screenings are scheduled to take place on Friday, May 2nd, and in the North America and in some international markets. Why is this important? You may ask. The movie has grossed $815 million at the global box office. So they are very close to that $1 billion mark. And so, they are trying to put some more money in there. As of now, they think that the only movie that has a chance at really pushing and testing Minecraft's box office dominance is potentially the Lilo and Stitch movie, but I don't think that's going to come close.
No way.
Man, we got to have a whole conversation about those remakes.
No way.
I would love
to. Weird. It's getting. I would love to. Man, that is wild. Oh, we're back on YouTube.
Never mind.
Oh, now we're not. So that's us, the bad boys of YouTube. Anyway,
I'm gonna get that tattooed right here.
So the majority winner of this MCU fight tournament, so for the people that have taken it, we're the only people that chose the Daredevil versus Bullseye versus Kingpin fight scene to win this tournament. We're the only people to do that. The winner overall has been the Captain America Iron Man Bucky fight. That is,
I told y'all,
like 50% of people that took this.
I personally am glad we're different.
No, I'm glad we're different, but I think people view when you think of the MCU and Daredevil, I think those are hard fights to compare. And that is in such a iconic fight scene that it's hard to get out of people's heads.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think what Daredevil did for TV streaming, not in a movie, was impressive as a TV streaming show as a season finale. That does something different than like the big fight scene, in you know what I mean, like in a movie. So
totally agree.
It's a different story beat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm not mad that we chose this at all whatsoever. I think that Daredevil doesn't get talked a lot and doesn't get talked about enough. I know we just had Born Again, but when you put it up against these like world-defining battle sequences, I think it's really special to choose the Catholic boxer who can't see,
the indie,
just trying to make it work.
Can't see.
I mean, that's Daredevil. Like,
no, you're right. No, Brian, you are 100% right.
His best.
That's a great way to phrase it.
That's how you describe a new Daredevil fan of like summarize Daredevil, Catholic boxer who can't see.
He's got a lot of Catholicism, bit of a boxer,
all the time.
Yeah, and he's mad a lot.
Yeah, I am very surprised that the Cap Bucky Iron Man fight is what has been chosen so much with all the other fights in there. So That's very curious to me. I'm surprised the elevator fight scene from Winter Soldier is not more represented here. I do see
Also
there's a
because that's a meme too, Brian.
I mean, true. That's also true.
It was that's an ass whooping though, y'all. Like that's a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
They was fucking Tony up.
No,
Like that's
Iron
just
Man.
a good fight scene.
Well, Bucky loses his metal arm, passes out. Like everybody loses. in that
Tony,
fight.
he yanks Tony's chest piece out his hand. Yeah, like it's
yeah,
it's
he
a lot. It's a
does.
thing.
And one would say we all lose because their schism makes Infinity War worse.
True. It's true. That's the reason Infinity War is able to happen the way it is. I
We all
totally
lost
agree
that
with
day.
that.
We all lost.
We all did. You're right. You're right. Well, thank you for coming along on that bracket adventure, everybody.
That was a
Thank
great
you.
bracket adventure, Brian. Thanks for being our
job.
guide on that bracket adventure.
Happy to be here.
Gentlemen, what do you all have to plug this week?
Hey, folks, you should head over to thelovenerds.com. My wife runs that website and Etsy shop, which you can find there on thelovenerds.com, or you can head there directly at etsy.com/shop/thelovenerds.
I should have turned the other one into a ticker, and then Love Nerd should have been bigger. My bad. I'll fix that later.
Don't
worry about
it. Hey, you're fine. Hey, you're totally fine. Marcus, what do you got?
Make sure whatever you do, follow the mantra, never offended, always humble. Big Texas is here to stay. So stay aware. You know what I mean? Follow me on socials at Marcus J. Destin. Go listen to some Soul Tie, SOULTYE. Go stream the music. Because we got some fun stuff on the way, man. We just gonna have a good time with it. We're not gonna overthink it. We're gonna put the music out, enjoy it, then share it, then enjoy it again, and then share it again. That's how we get the music out to more people. But whatever you do, follow the mantra, never offended, always humble.
Absolutely. Hey, look, y'all, we got to take it to YouTube. So we need some help. So we're asking everybody to go over to patreon.com/films in black and white. No. But in all seriously, if you enjoyed our conversation about the best MCU fights, if you're looking forward to our conversation about Thunderbolts next week, recommend us to a friend or a family member. Best way your independent podcasts grow and get some support is through word of mouth. If you're feeling generous, and if you want to stick it to those guys in the YouTube office, go over to patreon.com/films in black and white. Sign up for one of our tiers there. We'd love to have you a part of the Patty family. YouTube gods, I'm just kidding. But we do have a 3-step. Yeah, Jeff Bezos loves us, apparently.
Yeah, apparently we were fine on Twitch.
That's even
HD
worse.
and everything.
You know what?
Even
You know what?
worse.
That might be a worse situation.
Yeah, that's
to be
even
in.
worse. Yeah, for sure.
But gentlemen, we have a 3-step process to success. Brian, what is that first step, sir?
Hey, folks, I'm here to tell you to read a book. We might need to read a book about how to,
Take
get
legal
around
battles to large
policy
corporations.
violations.
Just saying.
And see which billionaire corporation likes us the most. So read a book to figure that out. Read a book.
Don't be like Paramount.
Don't be like Paramount.
Don't be like Paramount.
I would, Marcus. What's our second step, sir?
Somebody said, see if you can be an astronaut like Katy Perry. The second step is to drink some water. You already know what it is, man. Get you a nice glass of water, put some ice in it. Damn, I left my cup at work. My cup of water, my tumbler of water. I'm actually mad about that because I'm very thirsty right now. So drink some water, man. You don't always need a bubbler. A bubbler is a great secondary option, but you got to drink. You got to get directly from the source, from the teeth of the springs, if you will.
Tea to the springs is fucking me up. Look, y'all, our third step, look, you got to wash your ass. We had an 80-degree day today. It was humid. It was sticky, icky. Ooh, outside. It was just real hot. So look, that's a taste of summer. So you got to start doing the work now. Got to start washing your ass, because if you carry winter and spring ass in with you into summer, it becomes a whole perfect storm of just gross. So go ahead, wash your ass, use the good soap, use a towel, take care of it. That's what we got.
I like Brian and I trying to figure out where the landing was.
I was like, all right, yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Sure. Guys, I wasn't sure where it was.
You for sure.
So
that's why
I
we love it
wasn't
here.
sure where it was.
That's why we love it here.
That does it for this week's episode of Films in Black and White. We'll be back next week with another fantastic episode. But in the meantime, and in the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
Spending all my nights, all my money going out on the town. Doing anything just to get you off of my mind. But when the morning comes, I'm right back where I started. forget that you was just a waste of time. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could
The little dance move. We need to go check on our YouTube.